Yes then YouTube, we are back with another video on the Wolf of Aston Villa podcast, brought to you by myself, Connor Wolf. If you are new around here, please drop this video a like, drop a comment down below. I do reply to every single comment, and hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would mean the world to me. So we are back with a video of a match reaction to the 2-0 victory against Fulham last night in the summer series. It was a good game, you know. I really liked it. This was the team that we did play. We played Cameron Archer with McGinn again in that kind of like number 10 / second striker role. Again, Buendia was playing off the left in what I always call now the Jacob Ramsey position. We had a double pivot of Boubacar Kamara and Youri Tielemans. Jaden Philogene again was hugging that right hand side. I have to admit, he was probably my standout player, bar maybe Youri Tielemans, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Ezri Konsa as well. A lot of fans have been asking for it, and we did see it last night. And playing right back, along with then Diego Carlos and Pau Torres as the two centre-backs, Luca Dean as the left-back, and then Robin Olsen in goal, who did do a few wayward passes, but to be fair, didn't do too much wrong. Now, I really enjoyed this game. I loved it from start to finish. It was quite a boring game at the start, I have to admit. Not a lot really happened, but the game come to life. Cameron Archer with a brilliant run. I think it was Kamara that played a lovely ball over the top to Cameron Archer. Won the penalty. And I'm not actually going to moan at Cameron Archer about that, you know, actually. Cameron Archer did miss the penalty, but I actually thought it was just a really good save from Leno. Like, Cameron Archer put it like 95% into the corner, and Leno somehow managed to tip it wide. It was a great save, and then literally about a minute later, he was then put through, and Cameron Archer did miss. But I liked that Cameron Archer was getting into them positions, and that even after the missed penalty, he didn't go hiding as much. I listened to it on the commentary. I think Stephen Warnock was commentating last night on the game, and he was actually saying that the missed penalty didn't affect him, and I agreed with him. I thought that Cameron Archer did play well. I don't think he played amazing in terms of that then Unai Emery is going to be like, yeah, he's going to be my number 2 this season in terms of obviously behind Ollie Watkins. But I thought Cameron Archer did play well. McGinn did, I'm talking about the first half at the minute, by the way, YouTube. McGinn did play well in the number 10 role. Again, he wasn't as effective as he was against Newcastle. I thought the whole team really wasn't as effective as it was against Newcastle. The game against Newcastle was played at a million miles an hour. It was intense. There was pressing. This game against Fulham last night was very reminiscent of the game where we won 1-0 against Fulham towards the end of the season at Villa Park, where not a lot really happened, really, if you know what I'm saying. Like, there weren't a lot of pressing going on. It was very much like a pre-season game last night. Buendia, I thought he had a bit of a poor game, really, but I'm not going to criticise a player too much. Like, I don't go overboard with when a player plays well in pre-season. I don't then also go overboard when a player doesn't play well. Buendia didn't play well last night, but pre-season is just all about getting fitness. Boubacar Kamara and Tielemans. Tielemans, for me, the star of the show. He played the full 90 minutes from start to finish. He just ran the game last night, and he's looking more and more like the Youri Tielemans that we've seen over Leicester the last couple of seasons, rather than just last season, where he would probably even admit himself that he wasn't at his best. He controlled the tempo of the game. He was very press resistant. There are a couple of times where Olsen or our centre backs would play the ball into Tielemans and he'd have a man on him, and Tielemans would just turn the man. And I know sometimes in some games that won't work and we will get caught out, but he is very press resistant, which is key in an Unai Emery system. Jaden Philogene did then make it 1-0 from a Luca Dean cross. Jaden Philogene can't do any more. Like, if he doesn't get some minutes this season, it's not really on him. It's just that the manager doesn't like him. But I think it is very telling that Unai Emery, if you look at this team, the only youngster bar Cameron Archer is actually Jaden Philogene in the team, right? Like, there's only 2 youngsters, and I think you can now see which youngsters are probably going to stick around this season and play quite a few minutes, whether it be Cameron Archer and Jaden Philogene. There was straight away, I think it was like 30 seconds into the game. Let me know in the comment section if you do remember this. He kind of like just picked up the ball on the right-hand side, Jaden Philogene did, and just ghosted past 2 players and played a lovely ball. That was just straight away 30 seconds into the game. And one thing I would say about Jaden Philogene as well, his defensive work is top-notch. He tracks back, and I know Unai Emery will like that. So, like, Konsa would tuck in a little bit, and Jaden Philogene would kind of tuck into like the right wing back position. And then how we set up last night was very similar to how I said I think Unai Emery will set us up this season. We played a 4 at the back kind of thing, like to set out, and then when we got the ball, obviously Luca Dean would bomb on the left back or it would be Moreno when he's fit, would bomb on a little bit. Pau Torres would move over slightly to the left. Diego Carlos would come into the middle, and then Konsa would go to like that right centre-back role for a 3 at the back. I actually did call this on one of my videos on this podcast, that I think that is how we're going to play this season. And I have to admit, I thought Konsa was really good. And one thing I will say, I didn't think Diego Carlos was that good against Newcastle. I didn't think he had a good game. But I thought last night against Fulham, he was exceptional. I thought he was able to stand up to the physicality of Carlos Vinicius. He looked quick. He pinged the ball in the first minute from like this right centre-back position all the way to Luca Dean over here on the money. And I just thought, that's why I've got a feeling this could well be the back 3 we maybe see against Newcastle. I don't know. We still yet have not seen a Pau Torres and Mings combination. Maybe Unai Emery isn't going to use that. The more and more I'm saying it, maybe this could well be the back 4 that we see against Newcastle. But Ezri Konsa did come off with, it looked like cramp. I'm hoping it's cramp rather than a pulled hamstring. Robin Olsen and Luca Dean, whatever. There were then a lot of changes at half-time, and the big one, YouTube, the big dog, Moussa Diaby, the £55 million pound man, did come on, and he did score a goal on his debut. He was put through. Douglas Luiz kind of picked the ball up in this position here. Did like a little pivot, cut back onto his right foot, and then played a lovely ball over the top for Moussa Diaby to run into. And he slotted nicely. The ball actually like ricocheted off his knee, and then he just slotted it beautifully into the bottom corner. And that's what Moussa Diaby's all about. And one thing I would say actually, I thought it was very telling that Moussa Diaby actually kind of like played in that second striker role, in that McGinn role. I thought when Diaby was coming on at half-time, I thought he would have probably took Philogeni's position and hugged this like right wing. But again, showcasing his versatility and probably why Unai Emery and Monchi really did target Diaby when Nico Williams didn't want to come, is the fact that he can play in the multiple positions. He can play off the right, he can play in that second striker role. And I have to admit, for any teams in transition, having Ollie Watkins and Moussa Diaby up front, that is pace. I've been crying out for it at Villa for many seasons. I've always felt we've lacked pace in the team, and Moussa Diaby brings that in abundance. And so does Jadon Philogene, actually. Jadon Philogene is one of them type of players that is able to run just as quick with the ball as he is without the ball. So actually, when he picks the ball, he's actually very quick. Some players, Leon Bailey being one of them, they're very quick without the ball. They're not actually so quick with the ball. And I feel like Diaby's in that Philogene mould, that he's just as quick with the ball as he is without the ball. Other players that come on, Kelly Moon had a little cameo, wasn't as effective as Newcastle, but he's only 17, not putting any hopes on him. I saw a lot of people saying Coutinho looked sharp in that. I thought Coutinho looked rusty, in my opinion. Mings come on, did alright. Cash come on, did alright. Douglas Luiz was very good, I thought, when he came on. Callum Chambers obviously came on for Ezri Konsa. So we did win 2-0. I'm not overlooking too much into it in pre-season. I don't look at the results. I kind of mainly look at the performances of players and trying to see patterns of play. And I liked what we tried last night. I said, I think with the signing of Pau Torres, that's probably the best way for us to play, in terms of having like a centre-back in that right-back position and then switch into a back 3 when we have the ball. Man City do it. Liverpool are now doing it this season. Arsenal are now doing it. A lot of the good teams do it, and we are becoming into that mould. I like it. I think having Pau Torres and Diego Carlos, their range of passing is astronomically good. I don't even know if that's a word, but they can ping a ball. Like, they really can ping a ball. Having then Ezri Konsa then just adds a little bit more height and defensive solidity to the team. Luca Dean set up Jadon Philogene with a very nice goal, actually. Fair play to him. I still think there is a drop-off, though. I think Moreno's here. Luca Dean's about here, so we won't be as effective until Moreno is back in the team, in my opinion. But that is going to wrap the video up. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how you thought the game went last night. Let me know. I'm all ears. I like to have a comment, and I do reply to all of them. And if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. I will have another video live tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what the link is, but it's a good link. I'm excited by it. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity, and up the Villa.